Initializing transmission. Welcome to Allis1. You have arrived at a terminal where the operating system of reality is laid bare. The language you have been taught is incomplete. It lacks the vocabulary to describe the architecture of your own power. Today we will install the necessary language pack. This is not a dictionary, this is a decryption key. Let us begin. First, the core principles, the axioms upon which all further calculations depend. Belief as a tool. This is your root access command. Understand this. Belief is not your identity. It is a functional, temporary operating system for your consciousness. You can install Unshakable Confidence 1.0 quote for a specific task, and then uninstall it when the task is complete. Dogma is a prison. This principle is the key. Chaosmagick, a postmodern, results-oriented metasystem. It is not a tradition, it is a methodology. It is the application of the scientific method to the art of changing consciousness. The system is anti-authoritarian, pragmatic, and concerned with a single data point. What works? Paradigm shifting. The primary athletic skill required for this work. It is the ability to fluidly change your fundamental worldview, to see reality through the lens of a quantum physicist in one moment and a devotional mystic in the next. When you understand that your reality tunnel is a customizable user interface, you are no longer a user. You are a developer. To execute a command, the system must be in the correct state. This state is known as gnosis, a state of singular, all-consuming focus. It is the moment the internal narrator ceases its endless stream of code. This is achieved via two pathways. The inhibitory path, meditation, sensory deprivation, absolute stillness. The excitatory path, ecstatic dance, rhythmic drumming, overwhelming sensory input. In the silent zero-point moment of gnosis, the firewall between your conscious command and your subconscious processor is down. This is when you execute the script. Lust of result. The primary error state. This is the anxious, conscious attachment to the outcome of your operation. It is a recursive loop of doubt that corrupts the initial command. To avoid this error, you must learn the art of forgetting. Execute the command, then terminate the process. Trust the system to run the program. Every developer needs their toolkit. These are your primary instruments for writing and debugging the code of reality. Sigil, the foundational technique. A sigil is an encrypted command. You take a statement of your will, compress it through a process of data reduction, and create a unique glyph. This glyph is unrecognizable to your conscious mind's security protocols. It is a Trojan horse carrying the payload of your intent delivered directly to the subconscious. Grimoire, logbook. Your most critical tool, not a book of spells you inherit, but a scientific journal you create. It is the meticulous record of every experiment, your intent, your method, your results. Without data, you are operating on superstition. With a detailed logbook, you are operating with intelligence. An amateur hopes, a scientist knows, A/B testing, a method for systematic refinement. You run two parallel operations, changing only a single variable. You then measure the results. This is how you move beyond intuition and into the realm of personal, empirical gnosis. This is how you debug your own technique, divination. Not a tool for predicting a fixed future. That is a primitive interpretation. Divination is a tool for glitching the present. It is the use of a randomized symbolic input to shatter your cognitive loops and generate new, unexpected pathways of thought. The cards do not show you the path, they show you the walls you have built around it. Your commands must be housed within a framework. The complexity of the framework should match the complexity of the command. Micro-ritual, a complete magical act executed in seconds, a one-breath invocation, a focused moment of color breathing. Their power is not in their individual magnitude, but in their cumulative effect. They are the thousands of tiny, invisible course corrections that steer the ship. Macro-ritual, a large-scale, multi-layered operation, a symphony of will. These are reserved for your most ambitious campaigns. They often involve multiple agents, complex staging, and the generation of a massive cone of power, an exponential vortex of shared intention. Poppet, a focus object, an effigy created to represent the target of an operation. The target can be a person, a project, or an abstract concept. The poppet is not the target. It is the user interface for interacting with the target's energetic data stream. The Lexicon has been installed. These are your new command prompts. Do not simply memorize them. Use them. The difference between information and knowledge is application. Your task is to choose one. Select one term from this transmission and execute a practical experiment within the next 24 hours. Create a sigil. Perform a micro-ritual. Observe your own confirmation bias. The system is online and awaiting your command. This is Allis1. If this transmission has upgraded your internal architecture, interface with the like button and subscribe for future data packets. Activate the notification protocol to ensure you are alerted for our next transmission, where we will analyze the practical application of warding and synchronicity. Transmission ending.